Got McGarvey taking the face off, Heinmiller to her right, Hoffman to her left, shooting Helfrich back at D. It's a little gamesmanship with the line match up here early as we get ready for a do or die contest. Heinmiller takes the puck off the dot, shoves it up to Hoffman. Hoffman enters, quick shot, wide, back into the corner, McGarvey collecting. McGarvey trying to get it over to Hoffman. That skips past her skates. Shoot on a deep pinch. Hoffman comes over to take it away and centering pass, nobody home. But McGarvey gets there and shoves one just wide. Heinmiller on the puck in the corner, taken away by the Hawks. Back to the point, shoved back on net, and that just skims off the pad of cement as Hoffman's trying to dig it off the boards to keep it deep. McGarvey shoves it back behind cement. Misplayed by the Hawks. Backhands that up, taken away by Hoffman. Hoffman centering pass, but again, nobody there. McGarvey having to chase into the corner. Pressure early, Edina. Hawks having a bit of a hard time getting it out, but once they do, they've got a 2-on-2. And that's going to be covered up, and we'll have a face-off with 14 minutes left here in the first period. Heinen entering. Puts on the brakes, looks back to the point. That's collected. Williamson winds. Nelson's there with a tip, and that goes wide. Nelson trying to own that spot in front of the eyes of Cement. Nice step up by Sweetster. Misplayed, and the Hawks will have a 2-on-1 until Heinen comes back. Forster punches it in. Hawks trying to exit. They do. Nelson comes back and gets a stick on it. Heinen now trying to gather near neutral ice. Little confusion as we had a change. Now we've got Fitzgerald on, so she's been chopping in the bid to get on the ice here. She's usually taking the opening face off, so I'm sure she's just salivating over there as Forster takes a shot that hits the defense. Nelson picks a pocket. Fitzgerald comes away with it. Looks back to the point, spins, center it, loose, and it's going to be covered up. And it's all Edina early here from Blaine in a do or die. And that just goes wide. The 10A's defeated Chaska 4-2 in opening district tournament play today. As Shoot unwinds a shot, Cement didn't see that till it hit her. Morgan with a shot, and she covers up, and I tell you what, I mean, it is for the getting right now with Edina, the pressure. Chaska coming off a triple overtime win against a very tough Valkyries team. And what's the old saying? You got to make hay while the sun's shining. Well, the sun's shining. It's time to get those bales going. That's another save from Cement as she gets her pad out in the nick of time. Sauter now fighting. That's over to Helfrich. Helfrich taking a look. Shoves it violently back. That's going to ring around to the far board. Sauter now chasing. Takes a stab at it. Hawks trying to shove it out of the zone, but that's kept in by Shoot. Not enough on it as that's picked up in the slot by Chaska. Little backhand sauce. Helfrich now has to wheel. She has Sauter if she wants her. Connects, but that's off Sauter's stick. Fitzgerald punches into the zone. Nice play by May. She's going to get off on a change. She's going to ask Gia to go chase in the corner, but that rings around all the way almost near the point. Chaska now retreating their own zone, and Morgan taking a little bit of advantage and say, hey, listen, if you're going to go backwards, I'll take the puck right here. Take a shot, and that's a point-blank save. As I don't think she got enough on it, and I think it was a result of she couldn't believe she got the puck where she got it. But where she got it, there wasn't a lot of room as Cement didn't have to come out too far to cut that angle down. But a lot of opportunities here for Edina with 11 minutes left here in the first period. Williamson trying to get up to Heinmiller. Heinmiller trying to collect on neutral ice. She's pinned up against the boards, but McGarvey's going to come over and pick up some loose change as she shoves it into the corner. Hoffman overseeing things. That is nicely kept in by Claire Sweetser. She throws that back behind the netminder. Hoffman fighting. McGarvey there to little tag team action. Flipped. That's going to get past Sweetser. Or shoot, excuse me. Helfrich wheeling around. That's going to hit a skate. It's going to have to either go back to Hoffman or shoot. Throws it back up near the point. Control that puck, girls. And Heinmiller is able to get her body on the body of a Hawk, and that allows the puck to spit out. Shoot now has some ice. She's got a few options. One is to make something happen and put the team on her back, which she decides to do as she's trying to get to the slot area, and that's going to deflect back into the corner. Forster shoves that near the slot area. Weary comes up big there. As Sweetser lost sight of and control of the puck. That's another big save from Weary. And it's loose. And Weary covers up. Well, and isn't that just how it goes? Edina with all the pressure, and then all of a sudden a misplayed puck in our zone results in all hell breaking loose. Or heck, if there's people watching at home. And Chaska almost able to get on the board. But Weary coming up big, and then coming up bigger as Morgan chases down into the corner to try to negate the ice and just couldn't get there. And so the arm will stay up, the whistle will blow, and we'll go back and do it again to the right of Hazel Weary. I mean, talk about coming up big and then just saying, you know what, I think I actually want to make it a little bit tougher. And she got some oohs and ahs from the Edina faithful on that second save. Fitzgerald on the dot, trying to win that face-off. Sauter trying to poke it out of the zone. Trying to get over to Morgan. Morgan does a nice job collecting, but she's taken off the puck. Chaska now trying to get it deep, but Shoot is there to prevent that from getting there. Chaska now getting off on a change, one off, one on, so they'll methodically go behind Submit and try to figure out what they want to do. Edina's all over the puck near the corner. Fitzgerald kind of playing a little free safety, trying to figure out where that puck might jump to. She got her body in the way and the stick in the way as well. Sauter up to Morgan. Morgan taking off the puck. Nice physical play there from Chaska as they win that board battle. Chaska now into the corners on the breaks, trying to throw it up near boards. Helfrich pinning. Sauter, nice job there. Anticipated where that puck was going to spit out to, and she whacked it back behind the net. Fitzgerald now fighting. Fitzgerald in the corner, giving away to Chaska. That is a nice pass to Chaska as they get an exit. They'll have one-on-one hockey. They're going to take their chances. Wine, and that's off the gobbler. Helfrich now into the near boards, back to the point, misplayed a bit, and Sauter and Morgan will have a 2-on-1. I like that shot, but I really thought she was going to try to slide that over to Morgan. This goaltender, you're going to have to beat her with a really good hockey play or a little good grind in the paint. Either way, the shot almost did find the back of the net. So I think Sauter got that off her stick relatively quick, a lot faster than the goaltender was anticipating. And I think Submet was anticipating that puck to be slid across to Morgan. So in any event, we have a face-off that's controlled by Chaska, and they're trying to get an ice as they take a big whack at it. Hoffman now takes a slash at the stick, but not able to move her off the puck. Sweetser pinching. McGarvey overlooking the landscape of action. McGarvey saying, can I get that puck to spit out right to my stick? It doesn't. It goes back behind the net. Hoffman with a little hesitation move. 2 on the puck for Chaska, so they're able to take her off. Thrown back in by Sweetser. Hoffman now in the corner. Heinmiller coming over to help out. Heinmiller controlling. Calling Dr. Heinmiller. Williamson back to play off the boards to McGarvey. McGarvey off the puck, but she's going to have a chance to enter. If she can get past one, she'll have an opportunity to throw it to the front of the net, but Edina's getting off on a change, so McGarvey's got to wait just a bit.
Nice.
Centering pass! Loose! That's a quick whistle. And Nelson is there. What we talked about all year. McGarvey, a fantastic job. She ate about 3-4 seconds. Not only got a zone entrance, but then allowed the new legs to get on the ice and threw it to the front of the net, but a quick whistle results in a face-off here, and Chaska trying to get it out, and they will. Weary sticks that back behind the net. Shoot trying to find a little bit of ice to get some things going. Shoot now. Nelson stays on sides. Shot high and wide. Back to shoot. Someone's got to get to that front of the net, girls. No, you're not going to get that one if we haven't gotten a few of ours. Centering pass. Shoot trying to hold. That's on net, covered up. Over face-off to the right of Cement with 5:53 remaining here in the first period. A lot of pressure. You're going to get Fitzgerald Morgan on the ice now along with Sauter, so we're going to have a face-off in Chaska's zone. Things have settled down a little bit. Chaska's settled into the game. Still a lot of pressure to Edina. But Chaska's been able to exit the zone a little easier than they were in the first 3 or 4 minutes. And they do there. Williamson now back behind Weary, trying to shove it up to Sauter. Sauter taking out the puck. Sweets are trying to go high off the glass, but that's a weird bounce. Fortunately, it just bounces right to Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald now up to Sauter. Sauter looking for Morgan, and just past her stick. And that's going to hit the officials in a skate. Otherwise, Morgan would have had a little bit of an opportunity to win a race and make something happen. But as in all sports, the officials are part of the surface, whether it's basketball, football. Shoot, lines and delivers, and that's a glove save. If you're gonna go glove side on Ruby Cement, it better be a laser, or you better have some eyes in front of her. I mean, her glove in that triple overtime game, I saw her no less than 8 clean saves glove side, and that once that puck hit that glove, it wasn't jiggling around in there, and that was another one there. Helfrich throws it back behind Cement. Sauter trying to get there. Sauter trying to center, taking off the puck. Fitzgerald now dancing. Fitzgerald now controlling the puck. Spins, has Sauter, gets to the front. Shot, short side, and that just gets deflected. It's a heck of a play by Fitzgerald there to get a shot off, and that was one tiny deflection away. We'll find in the back of the net. 10th shot for Edina, 4 so far Chaska. It's going to be played over to Ellis Sauter. Sauter now has a couple options. 1, to get it deep. 2, to throw it near the slot, which it does, but that allows Chaska to pick it up. McGarvey. I don't even know what to say about that. I mean, I'm speechless. I mean, that was such an individual. They're not going to call that. They've been letting those go loose. Still loose in the paint area, and Chaska trying to wipe it out. They do. Yeah, it's going to have to be a big one for them to call it. You know what? When they do call one, either fan section's not going to be too pleased because both sections haven't gotten one of the calls that they wanted. That shot was wide. Weary shoves it down anyways. Loose in the paint. Still loose. Hoffman comes over and gets it out of trouble. 3:39 remaining. Hoffman up the near boards. That's going to make its way into Chaska's zone, but picked up near the point. Thrown back to neutral ice. Chaska trying to catch Edina in a change. Heinmiller comes over. That's going to reach Helfrich back in Edina's zone, high off the glass. Near side now. Chaska trying to shove it back the other way. Heinen picks it up, neutral ice. Trying to get it to the center. That hits a Hawk skate. Back to Shoot. Shoot's got to let Heinmiller get out of the way a little bit, and Heinen's going to chase now into the zone as Chaska cycles back in front of Sumet. Forrester picks up the loose puck. Forrester trying to get over to Heinen, and that just hits a stick, which hops Heinen's stick and goes into the corner. No. Just skate that in, Clara. Shoot's going to have to back and play it. She's got one on. Look her put on the brakes there. Trying to get it back over to Nelson. That's going to make its way back to the point. Shot tipped wide into the corner. Nelson collects. And Nelson, I think, was trying to backhand that down to get a change, but a little friendly fire threw it in the box, and we'll have a face-off with 2 minutes and 8 seconds remaining here in the first period. It's been all Edina. Chaska's had a few opportunities, but if you're scoring at home like a boxing match, first round so far to Edina. Chaska wins it back to the point, escorted to the corner by Weary. Nothing doing back at the point as that was covered, so they had to stay low with it. Fitzgerald now to collect behind Weary, puts on the brakes, loses her skates a little bit, gets it up to Sauter anyways. Sauter now trying to fight off 3 Hawks. Hawks keep it in. Sweetser back to play, trying to throw it up and off the boards. That hits some traffic. That's going to be kept in behind Weary. Chaska collects, trying to play a little keep away. Sauter now trying to punch it out. Chaska able to keep it in momentarily. They're winning this battle. Chaska loose at the dot. Shot hits a skate back behind Weary. Centering pass goes through everybody. And that's going to get out of the zone as that's going to get back to neutral ice with 1:18 left. Little D-to-D pass back to the initial D. Up to the wing. They'll try to get it deep. Weary's going to steer that to the corner. We'll have a little bit of ice if we want to get it out. We do, but that's wiped all the way down to Chaska's end of the things, and they'll play it back in front of their goalie. They'll try to chip and chase, but Sauter's there to pick it up. Sauter now with a little dangle at neutral ice. Sauter at the backhand flip. We'll get some fresh legs on for Edina. Fresh legs being KK McGarvey and Heinmiller as Morgan goes and battles in the far corner. McGarvey steps in, trying to pass it off the boards to herself. Chaska comes away with it behind their netminder, trying to go up the near boards. Helfrich trying to pinch. Heinmiller, nice job in support, throws it back to Morgan. Morgan near boards, trying to get it back to the point. Shoot holds, gets it over to McGarvey, one time swing and a miss, and that was deflected. Chaska now with a 3-on-2. Chaska entering. Shoot trying to poke it loose. Chaska still controlling. McGarvey coming back again and evening things up, and she's got a one-on-one backyard hockey, folks. Little toe drag, shot, rebound, loose, still loose. And Chaska throws it down the length of the ice. Sweetser now picking up. And that'll do it for the first period of hockey. Face off back to Shoot. Shoot over to Helfrich. Helfrich trying to chip it off the boards past Sauter. Pokes that back to Shoot. Shoot trying to get a handle on it, as is Morgan. Sauter says, I'll show you guys how to do that, and I'll dump it into the zone, but not deep enough. Chaska's going to be able to collect that rather easily, and they're going to try to get an exit. A little slow going here for Chaska. That's allowing Edina to get a little bit of zone pressure. As Fitzgerald almost able to get that home. Well, that's a hard shot from Helfrich. Ricochets to the near board. Shoot coming over to pinch. Chaska's going to have a 2-on-1. Helfrich back. Nice play by Helfrich to win the race there, tying her up. But now we need somebody to come over and help out as Chaska is able to get there first. Loose in the slot. Forehand. That hits Shoot and falls to the corner. Chaska doing a good job there getting 2 on the puck. Able to create that opportunity. This will have to be played. Get some fresh legs on for Edina. Heinen, 3-on-2. Throw it to the front. Too late. Get to Williamson trying to punch it up to Forster. Whack back the other way. Williamson, get her head up. Get deep. Go a little deeper. Taylor had to get a little deeper there. She had to identify that puck ringing around. Had to give Colby a little bit more room. Heinen now back behind Weary. Heinen puts on the brakes. Nelson's able to muscle it out. Nice dump there. We'll get some fresh legs on. McGarvey and Heinmiller now, along with Hoffman. Talk about a fast line. We've got one on the ice now, and then we've got our fastest D back there and Shoot. Trying to identify who Chaska has out there. That's picked off by Chaska. Centering pass. Heinmiller able to get a stick on it. Here comes McGarvey now, 3-on-2 with the back check. 3-on-3 now. Little shot. That time Cement doesn't glove that cleanly. Leaves a rebound. That comes in the near boards near the point. Hoffman trying to keep it deep. Does. Chaska collects. Off McGarvey's stick. Helfrich trying to get to her forehand. Can't get completely square, so she throws that back into the zone. Chaska now entering winds. Pad save, juicy rebound, back to the corner. Garvey now trying to tap into the reserves. Shoot. I guess this is where somebody's got to come up on the left side. Over to McGarvey. That's a nice play by Shoot there. I mean, escape move, bought some time, got it to McGarvey, got a clean zone exit. Let the girls try to win the neutral ice battle, and they do, and they throw it deep, and we'll get some fresh legs, and here comes Gia Morgan, Mae Fitzgerald, Williamson, Sweetster, and Sauter. Chaska, not sure what to do with it. Fitzgerald almost comes away with it. Back to neutral ice. Sauter gives a healthy whack, trying to get it deep. Hits a little bit of traffic. Chaska collects, misplays it for a bit. They do get the exit now. Williamson trying to step up, and we're going to have an offsides. 10:35 remaining here in the second period. 0-0 hockey game. Edina all over the Hawks. Just not been able to solve Cement. Face off one. Fitzgerald throws it back to Sweetser. Sweetser's got one on. She's got to recognize it. Does. Gets it up to Sauter. Sauter has Morgan, but elects to try to get up to Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald then tries to tap it over to Morgan. Fitzgerald now takes it away. Fitzgerald winds, shot, rebound, back to Williamson. Williamson trying to get on her forehand, shoves it to the far boards. Chaska looking to get an exit, but Williamson's right there. Gotta get that a little deeper. Morgan now fighting on the near boards. That's past Williamson. Williamson, her helper's got to get it. Chaska gets there first. Shot, save. Ah, man, we got lucky there. Fitzgerald now dances between a few. Into the zone. 3-on-2. Shot, save, to the side. Back near the point. Chaska trying to punch it out. Morgan trying to punch it back in, and she does. One-on-one hockey. Nice play by Helfrich. Morgan trying to gather the puck any way that she can. Chaska now collects. Chaska now entering. Boy, get her off the puck. Shoot now. Trying to get by everybody. Loses it to Chaska. Chaska throws it off the official back into the corner. Helfrich just winds and throws it back the other way. Two-on-two. Bev enters. Trying to center it over to Heinen. Heinmiller taking Helfrich's position. Shoot pinches. We'll take it. Nelson with the dangle. Sweets are trying to keep it in, throwing it back in the corner. That hits a skate. Heimler coming away with that. Heimler shot, rebound, loose, still loose, goal! Glenn Heimler forcing the action. Edina 2-0. I love those Heimler, but if it wasn't, she forced the action. Somebody might have hit it home. Could have been KK, could have been Hoffman, could have been anybody. But Heimler got her paws on it, and her eyes got as big as a basketball. And now you want to get the next one.
One more, Edina!
Shoot now. Up to Sauter. Sauter dumped in the corner. Her and Morgan chasing. Morgan comes away with it, throws it to the paint, but that's wiped away. Fitzgerald hard into the corner. Chaska takes it away. Fitzgerald's okay. Throws it down to the ice. That's got to be an icing if it gets there, and it is. Helfrich would have beat her anyways, but hands up, whistle blows. We'll have a face-off in Chaska's zone with 7:04 remaining here. And I'll tell you, as much as I critique my daughter's game, that was a goal scorer's goal. I mean, that was, I got to watch that back on video, but, you know, that's a tough one to solve. We'll see. Weary's been playing big. Our D's been playing real good as Williamson pinches here, but we're going to have to keep it on them because the one thing you know is Chaska will not quit. I know these girls, and that's cliche, but they won't. There's a few teams out there that might, but they're not one of them, as they take an icing with 6:41 remaining. Heinen back to Helfrich. Helfrich into the corner to Forster. Forster back to Heinen. Heinen bumped off the puck. Helfrich pinching. And we're going to have a 2-on-1. Oh, dang. Shoot doing a good job to get in the way. Heinen now turning. Heinen into the corner trying to take on all comers. There's 3 of them down there. Helfrich trying to get a stick on it just outside her reach. Here comes Tori Forster. And that's off shoot skate. And Weary says, hey, listen, let me bail you out on this one. No. You don't want to make that pass. And Weary's able to put that the glove. And 5:51 remaining here in the second period. Weary. Yeah, I don't want to do that in front of the net, but you know what? Things are happening so fast. Let's see if we can get McGarvey loose. They're not calling goals, so I don't know if Heinmiller had that one or not. Chaska winds and delivers. Weary sticks that to the corner. Williamson fighting. Heinmiller now trying to collect. Heinmiller will have time to get it on her stick. Over to McGarvey. McGarvey trying to get it to Hoffman. McGarvey is playing like a beast tonight. Back to Sweetser. Sweetser has some time to look. Up near Heinmiller. Heinmiller trying to whack it in. She does, and Heinmiller's going to be able to get there first. Fights off a hook. Ooh, grab that. Heinmiller now entering, forced wide, trying to get it deep. McGarvey coming over to help her out a bit. McGarvey has a lot of ice in the slot area, trying to get it to Hoffman. Falls to the corner. Hoffman collects, centering pass, nobody home. Sauter picks up the loose puck. She's bumped off the puck, but she'll get to the corner to do battle. Bumped off the puck again. This will reach back to Helfrich. Helfrich decides to throw it back behind Submit. Nice play there. Get some fresh skaters on, one of them being Fitzgerald. Shoot in deep. Morgan chasing. Morgan centering. Pass! That just goes off the pad as Sauter had an opportunity. Get your stick out of there. No, you're not going to call that. If you're not calling some of the other stuff, you're not calling that as Morgan goes over to Sauter. Morgan taken down. They're going to let these girls play tonight. Well, if you're not going to call the hook, you're not going to call that one. You just got to make sure that you're back. No. Yeah, we do not want to take a cheap one. But I like it. Just don't cross that line. Yeah. Hey, let them know who's boss without crossing that line. Forster on the dot. Let's see if these girls can win a face-off. Back to the point. That's wide. And let's get Fitzgerald and Morgan back on the ice. Last part of this period here. I'd like to say she did that to get a face-off, but she was just trying to throw it on that. It was right on that, yeah. I mean, you get the face-off out of it. 3:35. I think Fitzgerald had a shot like that. They're going to be like, why are you shooting from there? But May is smart enough, so After the game, I'm like, you know what? That was on purpose. She shot it from the blue line to get that zone face-off. Digging in the corner. Heinen throwing her weight around. Forster trying to throw her weight around. Williamson pinching. Nelson throws it back into the opposite corner, asking Heinen to give a little bit of effort along with Forster. That gets past everybody. Williamson's going to have to chase, and she's going to have to play it as icing's waved off. Williamson puts on the brakes, trying to get up to Forster. Forster now.
Nice, Nelson. Go!
I'd like to see her go on the forehand on that. Like it's... Well, the first penalties are called, and it's double penalties on Nelson and somebody else. I don't know, maybe a little smack talk, I don't know. All right, so we got McGarvey, Hoffman, and Heimler on the ice. The speed that you need. Follow that with Morgan, Sauter, and Fitzgerald. 2:45 left in the period. Try to close this period down. Helfrich now stepping up. Helfrich entering. Helfrich with a hard shot. That's a rebound. Helfrich with an absolute laser. And you know that's a hard shot when Cemet's not able to control it. I mean, that thing was... I'd like to see what that was clocked at. That's a weird hop back behind the net. It's going to give McGarvey a chance to close in on it. She does. She's fighting two. Heinmiller comes over to help out in the corner. Trying to pinch, keep it low. She does. That's going to be collected by Chaska. And Chaska looking to exit, but Heinmiller stands the play up. Lets Hoffman take a wind at it. That's wide. Cemet gets a piece on it anyways. Heinmiller off. Sauter on, and Sauter's going to have to get back in a hurry. Yeah, you come off that bench. Sauter doing a nice job to get back. Chaska almost catching us in a little tiny change. One off, one on. Fitzgerald on the dot. Now we got a minute 33 left here. We got Sauter to her left. Morgan overseeing things from the opposite circle. Face off, one. Morgan's going to have an opportunity. She's got one to beat. Nothing there. Had her head up. Has to go low with it. Cut off. Thought about a centering pass, but instead of throwing it to nobody where it was going to be easily picked off, she decides to let her forwards partners go to work behind the net. Williamson holds. Over to Morgan. Morgan checked up against the boards. No call. Minute 5 left in the period. Fitzgerald winds one wide right. You take that offsides there if you need to. Here comes Fitzgerald back on her horse. 37 seconds remaining. Fitzgerald preventing that opportunity. Gets up the boards. Now Edina's got to get an exit here. They got to get it out. Chaska throws it back in. Sweets her now. Get it up to Morgan. Or she's got some center ice, able to exit herself. I really like May in that situation to stay on the ice and take that face off. Face off one back to Chaska. Save. I mean, as far as managing the game, I don't understand why you don't have your best face off person with 17 seconds. I mean, I'll just call it like I see it. I mean, they're a very, very simple decision in my opinion.
Hello, so this is Dreamers left. P.S. My dad and KK's mom, I believe. No, Ellison's mom, sorry. And I think they're going to be coming back, so I just wanted to say hi and go. Bye to all my fans. The show's about to start.
Are we on? Are we on? Are we on the mic? We're good? You sure? All right, well, Edina came out with KK McGarvey, Pine Miller, and Hoffman, and I have to believe the message was direct. Be fast. Let's set the tone early in this period. And let's put some pressure on, much like we started the game with. The shoot comes back into neutral ice and flips it up in the vicinity of Heinmiller. Heinmiller's eyes getting a little big as she tries to enter the zone. A little shot that hits a shin pad, and Chaska coming back the other way with it. And just a bit offsides. Now you got Fitzgerald, you've got Sauter, you've got Morgan. And I'm looking for this line to separate things a little bit tonight. I'm looking for this line to put one in the back of the net here, either on this shift or one or two after this. Put this game to bed. Morgan tied up, kicked in by Chaska. Fitzgerald now trying to get up to Morgan. Morgan with a nice collection off the sauce from Fitzgerald. Over to Sauter. Sauter flips it into the corner. Her and Morgan will chase. Morgan should be able to get there. Takes a whack at it. Morgan controls, trying to get it to the front. Deflected. Sauter controls, trying to get to the front, but that hits a skate. Chaska near boards, trying to punch it up. Fitzgerald with a nice hold, and she shoves that back in behind the netminder. The netminder has her palms up like she thought that should have been offsides, but Fitzgerald did a great job of keeping it in. Only for the puck to spit out, and Sauter, you're in good hands with Ella Sauter as she takes a snapper, and Cement comes out about 30 feet to say, how do you do? I'll meet you halfway as most deals go down. Heinen now into the corner. Forster fighting. Heinen trying to come away with it. Chaska trying to get it out. They do. They're going to throw that all the way down, and it's going to have to be played as that's waved off. Helfrich has got to get there and flip it up. Chaska's there trying to create a little bit of commotion. Boy, oh boy, let's go, girls. Let's go. There we go. That was ugly. That was not the best effort from Edina, not the best effort from Chaska. Chaska couldn't take advantage of Edina, almost looking like they're falling asleep back there in their own zone, but we'll take the face off again with McGarvey entering the dot. And those are the times in the game where you look at, it's like, you know, you look back at tape and it's like, you know what, Chaska probably had a little bit more of an opportunity than they realized, because they misplay it there back in their own zone. Turning and Heinmiller's all over it. McGarvey in support trying to muscle it into the zone, but that's taken away by Chaska as they've got a little bit of room to operate. Just past McGarvey's stick. McGarvey comes back and fights off a slash. McGarvey now looking to enter. We're going to have some girls either chase or get off.
Okay, hurry.
Well, McGarvey's the only one really flying around on this shift. But I like Hoffman. Hoffman's just kind of trying to figure out where it might spit to, and Heinmiller as well. Heinmiller and Williamson now. Fitzgerald onto the ice. No. Yeah, Edina not coming out razor sharp in their own zone on the exits. And I would tell you it's not due to Chaska applying any unique pressure. And we'll get another icing and a face-off down in front of Weary. Yeah, not the recipe for putting the team away by any means. Here we go. Well, and here's the line to turn it around. Fitzgerald, Morgan, face-off controlled by Chaska, spits near the paint. Sauter's got to come back to collect. Sauter trying to get it up to Morgan. That's touched. That's going to have to be played. Morgan and Fitzgerald overseeing things as Chaska tries to collect behind some net. Up the boards. Fitzgerald's there to muscle her off the puck. Sauter's there to keep it in. Morgan trying to chip it deep. That's going to be collected by Shoot. Deflects over to Morgan. Centering pass, but Chaska's right there to collect as they throw it down the length of the ice. And you're going to have to go get it if it reaches Weary, but it doesn't. We'll have a face-off, so we'll see if Fitzgerald can win this back to Shoot, and she can walk it in and take a little target practice on a Saturday night. Saturday, right? I found that on the floor outside, and then I was using it on my, because I thought it was mine. I just wasn't paying attention, so I just put it there. I found it on the ground. Like if you ever run into, yeah, if you ever run into Taylor, it's no joke. I'm her dad. Just kind of head in the clouds sometimes. Sweets are on the pinch, trying to shove it back in the corner. Fitzgerald collects. Fitzgerald, little shot, rebound. Morgan's. No! Another quick whistle. And Morgan was on the doorstep ready to try to hammer that home, but that's a second quick whistle. That's been in the favor of the Hawks. Gotta get a face-off. Gotta win a face-off. Forster shoves that to the corner. Forster chasing. I like Forster's competitiveness tonight. Step up. Heinen either dump it. There you go. No. You got to get that either back to the point or front. Like a little bit more assertive there from Nelson. Nice play by Helfrich. No! You gotta blow the whistle! That is just crazy. Shoot takes a shot. Another crossbar from Hoffman. Golly.
Ticket comes in with a score.
Well, McGarvey's like the landlord tonight. She's a landlord. She's a bill collector. She's a utility person. She's your Swiss Army knife of the Edina Hornets, bringing everything possible to the game. Bringing all her tools. I had to yell for Taylor. I said, hey, get off. She was gassed. Hoffman comes on. If Hoffman scores, that's my assist. Yeah, because I don't think Taylor was going to get off there. So I think I would have, been on the score sheet, which would be a dream come true, as I never was on the score sheet in my youth hockey days. Basketball, yes. Hockey, no. And I broke my arm in my first wrestling match. Yeah, I thought it was like on TV, so my dad signed me up, and I wrestled this kid in Foley, and he broke my arm. Nice play by Williamson, trying to dig it out. Here comes McGarvey. Go, Bryn. God. You know, and the one thing is you watch these, like if you want to really hone your craft, practice catching difficult passes and getting through traffic like Heinmiller is. And it's a Heinmiller, ladies and gentlemen. What an animal. And I think the brothers and sisters are nowhere to be found. They were left at home with a family friend. Shame on Joe and Laura. They should be here witnessing this greatness. That had to have been Bryn on that one. They're not announcing the goals, but that had to have been Bryn. Did somebody knock it home? I don't know. I thought Bryn scored, and I thought it popped out, and I thought we knocked it again. But I mean, regardless, Bryn jumped off the ice like she was Mac McClung, and I know you don't know who that is, but she was so excited.
Well, and it was prior goal.
Yeah, I mean, she was pumped. Fitzgerald coming back, and that's a very important play because you don't want to give them 1 seconds after you score, and Fitzgerald taking matters in her own hands, going to a little half mohawk here, trying to eat some seconds. Absolutely. I mean, it's the tiny things when you go back and look at the game, or you're looking at the game in real time, on how important something like that is. 7 minutes left now. Fitzgerald's got a little bit of ice. She's gassed a bit. See if she can find a little extra gear. Over to Morgan. Nobody home in the slot. Yeah, Fitzgerald gonna get off. She gave you everything on that shift. Dump that. High off the glass. That was a heck of a play by Nelson to get back there and keep it on her blade and get it up to Forrester, who gets up to Heinen. Heinen's shot deflected in the corner. Kept in briefly. Shoot does a nice job of not just whacking but controlling the puck, and she's got some ice here she can turn up north. Shoot now into go to the net!
But I still ain't good, but to see how those
Chaska now coming across neutral ice. Helfrich has got to get back. Shoot as does as well, and that just goes wide. 5:44 remaining. Mark that down. Hoffman off to the races. Shot goes high as that was deflected. Shoot does a nice job playing the body. McGarvey getting away. McGarvey has Heinmiller off the boards. Heinmiller will be able to collect. Heinmiller trying to go back to McGarvey. McGarvey wisely dumps it in the corner. Heinmiller, Helfrich, and Shoot will get off. Hoffman will stay on as Fitzgerald enters to try to knock it deep. Williamson's got to wait for Fitzgerald. Does. Williamson now enters. Williamson winds. Shot off the chest. Rebound. Ladies and gentlemen, what an individual effort by Williamson. And a lot of hugs to go around. And Chaska's taking a timeout. Well, Chaska's taking a timeout, so you know they're going to have a couple options. One of the options is, I mean, it's really dire right now, down 4 goals with 4:58 remaining. Shots in favor of Edina, 28-20. So I got to imagine they're going to try to win that face-off, get it deep, and that goalie's going to head off in a hurry. Edina's message is, you know what, here's what to expect. Got to keep it in their zone, control the puck, fast to the puck. But the main thing is if you can kind of guess on what the other team has in line for strategy, I mean, it's nothing's for certain, but if you can prepare your team for what may happen when they're on the ice, you know, it's not as big of a shock when they see that net open. And, you know, you can say, you know, coach them to say, hey, listen, we got to get across that red line before we dump it. But 4-0, you can take shots. You know, I think it's kind of like going for 2 in football. I think there's a score in hockey to where, you know, some methodology would have you take shots at it, some methodology to have control the puck and, you know, get it deep, eat away those seconds. In any event, Fitzgerald will be on the dot. Sauter and Morgan, their line mates, back to the point. Going to try to gain the zone, but Morgan does a great job of standing her up. Chaska now entering. Sauter now trying to control and get it out past neutral ice. That's going to be collected by Chaska. They're going to throw it over to Williamson. She goes hard in the boards, but both girls look to be okay. Fitzgerald now, as if just to toy with the opposition. You want to be a good hockey player, you're going to have to be really good on your edges, amongst other things. Sauter now, slot, shot, rebound to the corner. And what you do want to watch out for too is just, you know, the play towards the end of these games. You know, sometimes these kids at these ages they are have emotions running through them, and so you want to be cognizant when you are going into the boards of just what's possible. That's the furthest thing from your mind because you do not want them to play safe hockey. You want them to play hard and fast hockey. Fitzgerald now has one to beat. Beats her. Shot just high over the crossbar. Nelson back to the point. Shoot. Tipped. Rebound. Loose. That's how you fight. That's how you fight. Still a lot of hockey game left, 3:33. Chaska hasn't had an opportunity to get it deep to pull if that was the strategy. and Nelson seemed to fit right into that forward role. You know, not sure if she's in position all the time, but
So how does she feel about it?
well, she's embraced it. You know, the coaches, you know, do a great job. Have done a great job of communicating. Hey, we need you, and you know, bring a lot of heat. As Forster throws it on net, loose, still loose, and that's going to fall to the corner. Helfrich collects it. Forster winds and delivers, and that's going to short hop right into Cemet's glove. And 3:09 left. Yeah, I think the important thing is when you go through a position change is, you know, your attention units are only so much. So, you know, give the kid, you know, two or three things to really focus on. Whether you know you're moving to center field or shortstop to second base, you know, running back to fullback type of thing. Tight end to fullback. You know, I told her, I said, hey, if you're versatile, you're more valuable to your teams moving forward. You know, if you can be a Danny White and play quarterback and punt the ball, then you know, you might be with the Cowboys for a few years.
I love the way that we're not.
Oh, we're still digging. I mean, you would think the game is 0-0. And that's what I mean, that check right there on the boards. You got to be aware, and the officials got to be aware of that too, because McGarvey's going to come and say, listen, you know what? You're not going to do that to Bryn Heinmiller, who might be the MVP of this hockey game. Very well could be. I mean, you can't overlook Hazel Weary. Anytime you've got a donut on the board, you got to take that into consideration. But if you ask me now on who I'm going to give the golden stick or the cheetah or whatever they got flying around that locker room, the hedgehog, I think Heinmiller would be in a short line to receive it. Is it a Badger? I mean, what? Which is really silly because, I mean, it should be a Gopher. We don't like the Badgers.
Here we go, Edina!
And I don't know, I don't think they do that anymore, but the point I'm making is that Heinmiller's played an awesome game. I mean, they all have right now up to this point. Weary, our D's played, you know, very, very well. Fitzgerald and Morgan have played a very good hockey game. Tori Forster has been all over the ice, has done a fantastic job, and you know, you can't help to forget. I mean, Elsa Carter is not playing in this tournament, and the type of effort that we're bringing tonight is the type of effort that Elsa Carter, you know, really brought after she got over that little, you know, cold or sickness in scrimmage fest. And then I was calling these games. You know, I saw her at the park as she was going to do some skating. We were coming out, and I'm like, hey, listen, I said, you are starting to look really, really fast and aggressive. And I told her, I said, it's fun to see. As Weary makes a save right in the red basket. But, yeah, we hope that she recovers well. But she's missed, absolutely. So we got Fitzgerald, Morgan, and Sauter. We got Helfrich, along with Shoot. Sauter touches out of the zone. Sauter trying to hit Morgan, does. Back to Sauter and just outside the reach, and that's going to fall to the corner. Centering pass sticked away by Cemet. Shoot has her head up, has a little bit of time to make a decision. The decision is to Morgan. Morgan backhands that into the corner. Fitzgerald now. Play is slowed down just a bit as we reach the 2-minute mark. We've got 1:29 left here in this hockey game. You know, I really think if you're going to call timeout and not use a strategy to call the goalie, I think 4-0 is too late. You know, the threshold is 3 in my opinion, if not 2. Weary comes up big with the pad save. Hazel Weary, ladies and gentlemen. Get your votes in early.
So we live to see another day.
We are going to live to see another day. And you know what? Any extra game that you can play, it's good. You don't get them back. You don't get these ears back. So you can extend them a little bit here and there. That's a big win. That will do it. 4-0 hockey game. Edina all over Chaska early, stays that way through the course of the game, and Edina survives.